And he shows up again as Core Kabula in Planet Robobot, which is another really fun fight. Now we're in Stage 4 Bubbly Clouds, where Kirby gets fucking cloned for some reason. I don't know why he gets cloned, but hey, it happens. I also failed to mention these are Gordos, another very reoccurring enemy in the series. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Gordos have shown up in other games. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm pretty sure they're in Super Mario Land 2 on Game Boy in a certain stage. They look exactly the same. Also, I think they also show up in Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on Game Boy as like the sea urchins in the beach. Again, I'm not so sure. The Link's Awakening thing sounds more legit because there's like a fake Kirby enemy in the game, as well as like countless references to like Mario and stuff. Okay, I almost fucking died in there. As usual, Kirby can fucking float. I don't know why I never said that, but you already know that if you're watching a Kirby video. These are Scarfies. They fucking explode when you defeat them, but when you try to suck them in, they turn into these fucking demons. These hell demons. Honestly, I think that's the first time a Kirby game has shown having like just hell demon enemies. Oh, I love the music in this stage too. I have a DVD or a CD soundtrack of like the best songs, like it's like a compilation of Kirby songs that came with Kirby Stream Collection on the Wii, which is actually the first way I beat this game. Like that, I love the Kirby Stream Collection. I have a lot of nostalgia from that. I bought that game Christmas it came out. I'm pretty sure it's also the last game released on the Wii, published by Nintendo. Which, holy fuck, the Wii is 15 years old this year. Christ, and that was like my childhood fucking console right there, because like even before I owned the Wii, I played at like my grandma's house and my aunt's house, cousin's house. Everyone in my family had a Wii except for me until 2009. Alright, let's keep going through here. Pretty big maze. This stage is actually very different in layout compared to Kirby Spring, like the Spring Breeze stage in Superstar. Kind of like jarring. Alright, here's the mini boss for this stage, which is Krakow Jr. Pretty simple boss. He spawns these Waddle Doos, which you can use as ammo to hit him. Drops those little bomb things. I actually failed to mention there's no mini boss in the last stage, Float Islands, which is kind of strange. But I guess Kabula is a pretty unique fight in of himself. Or herself. I'm pretty sure Kabula is technically a female, even though it's a blimp. I'm about to fucking die to Krakow Jr. Okay, never mind. That was easy. Let's keep going. And here's another one of these things. Doesn't work exactly the same as in the Kabula fight because you don't get as much range on it. But let's get some health items in here. Grab this maximum tomato. Don't have to grab that, but I want to. I don't know why. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Kirby's suction is a little janky in this game because like you could grab shit from like when you're right on top of an enemy. Scarfy here. Going. Now we're in space, and these are these floating stars will become a little more important later on. Not the fuck, it like dragged me down. Okay. Whatever, I guess. That's my first death in this easy as hell game. Okay, let's just keep going through here. Yes. Low in the blocks, yes. Low on the blocks? How are you gonna fucking suck off a block? Yeesh. Alright, now we just gotta float up here. These are... I don't know what the fuck that enemy is. It looks familiar, but I don't know what the hell that thing is. I've never seen that before. That's Sir Kibble, which is an enemy that gives you the cutter ability in later Kirby games. Oh, fuck off, bro. Those umbrellas are just hard as hell to dodge sometimes. Alright, now here's a staple secret that is in every Kirby game. If you go to the moon and press up, I said if you go to the moon and press up, you drop down into a secret area where you fall down and you can get some items. This is in pretty much every mainline Kirby game, as far as I know. I really like how it's put into Kirby Planet Robobot. It'll also show up on screen. Now here's the boss of the stage, is Krakow. Another very reoccurring boss. I don't know who shows up more, Krakow or Wispy Woods. Actually, probably Wispy Woods. Pretty sure one of the few games Wispy Woods doesn't show up in is Squeak Squad. But a form of Krakow does show up in there, Mecha Krakow, which is one of the most annoying versions of Krakow to fight, because he can insta-kill you if you're not careful. So basically he's just gonna do this, jump around, or like try to swoop you from your feet, do this little beam attack, and spawn Waddle Doos like Krakow Jr. does. Weird how Krakow Jr. is called Krakow Jr. when it's literally just like the first form of Krakow. And that is that stage. Now we're on Mount DDD, which has the best song in the game. Mount DDD is the final stage, but there isn't really much of a stage. It's more a boss rush, in a sense. You go through little mini stages based on the previous 4 stages we just went through, before we could fight the big king himself. You know, I kind of like this layout because, I don't know, this painting that you eventually get to jump into reminds me of Mario 64, like Mario 64 Flash games that I used to play. So let's go into the Wispy Woods area where we go into a little rearranged area of green greens. Which I also failed to mention, green greens is the most... It is literally the most iconic Kirby song. There are no changes to the bosses, they're the exact same as we fought them before. One thing I love about Kirby games and like their soundtracks is that some songs use a green greens motif. I'll tell you which part it is when it's coming out. Like this part right here, just listen. Yeah, that motif right there, it gets played in like certain parts of some later Kirby songs, and it's just fucking amazing. That's one of my favorite things about this series. And this song right here, it's actually pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure it's used in a lot of like pause screens in later games, or like intermission screens. I don't know, but it gets played a lot in later games. All right, now we're going to the Castle Lololo boss area. Those fucking things remind me of the Phantos from Mario Bros. 2. It's so fucking weird how you have to like touch like a weird dancing sprite of Kirby before you can enter the boss. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but hey. I mean, Masahiro Sakurai fucking developed this game when he was 23. Holy shit. Oh fuck, I'm fucked. You get trapped by this boss really easily. Like, I'm gonna turn 19 like in maybe 6 months. So it's just weird to me that like someone made this whole ass game when they were 23. And that's Olo down. I'm gonna go with Krakow next, even though I've been going in order. You unfortunately can't go into that moon. An interesting thing about Kirby's moveset in this game is that when you're falling and your head is forward like that, you'll deal damage and not take damage yourself. Which is something that's in every 2D Kirby game as far as I know. Alright, Krakow. You know, I kind of like how Krakow's eyes are kind of like a crescent moon in space. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Yeah, they're kind of like a crescent moon in space, which... Oh, fuck me, okay. I like that because, like, you know, bubbly clouds is where you get the secret moon room. Oh, fuck. I should have just done a normal jump. Man. Oh, and it kicks you out when you die in a stage like that. So I'll be right back. Alright, let's do this again, Krakow. Fuck me up if you have to. I don't care. You're not gonna fuck me up because I'm good at this game. I'm fucking Kirby God. Even though I've only completed this game like... No, I've completed this game a lot, actually. I actually recently did a practice run of this on 3DS Virtual Console, which I normally don't do practice runs for a Let's Play, but this game's so short that I thought, yeah, why not? Played it in my backyard on a sunny day. Could barely see the fucking screen. You know, I love doing that, just kind of sitting outside in my backyard just doing shit like reading or playing Phoenix Wright. I can't wait to do once I'm finished the 2 Ace Attorney Investigations games, which I'm playing on an emulator on stream. So I won't be able to do it in my backyard, but once I start playing like Dual Destinies and the other 3DS games, man, I'm gonna have a field day. And that's Krakow done, and I wanted to save Kabula for last because in Revenge of the King, which is from Kirby Superstar Ultra, my OG Kirby game, he was the second to last boss fight, but Mount DDD in that game actually had like an actual stage to it. It didn't have a boss rush in Spring Breeze though, you just went straight to fighting King DDD. And now we're gonna do this. Let's see if we could take 0 hits. Focus. The weird tackle move that always gets me. I never know when he's gonna do like the triple shots. And I did it. Okay. Now we fight the king himself. Pretty sure the only time he's in the main series where he's actually a bad guy. Not counting the remake. Okay, so this is probably the hardest boss in the main game. He has definitely a lot of hits, way more than the other bosses. So you want to suck up these stars that he hits from like shockwaves of his attacks. Gonna hit with his hammer, do jump arounds, dive at you, try to suck you in. Yeah, basically it's just normal King Dedede. He's pretty much the same as he is always, although they do a lot of variations on him in the series. I'm just gonna try and suck you up. That actually has a lot of range. Way more than you actually think. Alright, please attack me normally, DDD. Waiting. See, that jump attack you really want to have. Oh, we're at 2 hits, we're at equal health. Tense. We're in a boxing ring too. In the remake you'd have a crowd in here, but here it feels like it's... Well, I guess Game Boy limitations wouldn't let you have a crowd in it. Okay, fuck off. And he's down. I'm fucking flying. I gotta pay repair bills now, fuck you! And now we dance around with the 5 stars we collected. And it'll for some reason power up Kirby to become a giant balloon. I don't know why. But he carries the fucking castle. And starts dropping all the food across. And the credits. So yeah, that's a very, very short game. I really like this game. I think it's a very charming game, even for the Kirby series. Like, compared to the other ones, it kind of sticks out to me, just for being the very first one. It's definitely, I recommend giving this game to like a young kid, a younger brother or son or whatever, as their first, like one of their first games, because it's very simple, easy, it's short, and it's fun. Also, I just think Kirby is like the perfect series for a kid growing up. And so many players. Kirby's Dream Land, presented by HAL Laboratory Incorporated and Nintendo. Thank you for playing. And Kirby fucking explodes. And the stars for somehow hold him up. Castle, I mean. And we get a little cutscene, and I don't know what's in the crowd there. There might be Waddle Dees or other Kirbys, I don't fucking know. And bye-bye. Good job, press up A and select on the title screen to start a new adventure. Good luck. This is the extra game. When you do this code in the title screen, you unlock extra game, which is a harder version of the main campaign, which I will be playing in the next episode. And it's gonna be fucking hell because it's actually pretty fucking hard. Alright, so this has been Let's Play number 6, or number 8, I mean. I had to say number 6. And I will see you in the next video where we play the extra mode. See y'all later.